How is everybody doing, guys? I hope we have great audio. We're going to wait a couple of minutes, guys, while we get our people to tune in. Tenemos mucho de qué hablar. A lot of things we have to discuss, we have to talk about. La llamada de Paul, the lies that my suegrita says that we were threatening Paul when that never occurred. Paul, said it in her live. Y qué vergüenza que she would try to lie like that. Like, ridiculous. It's an embarrassment. Like, you could tell with her facial expression. But let's wait a couple of minutes before we get into all that detail, guys. I want to thank everybody that's been supporting me, everybody that's been part of this movement. I thank everybody for all your true support, all your true loyalty, right? Gracias. Gracias to everyone that's tuning in right now. And so we'll wait a little bit longer, just a little bit. And we're gonna get going, guys. We have a great show tonight. Hey, Miss Painter. Hey, Corina. Hey, Luna. Hey to everyone. J-Lo, Barbara, Rose, La Butterfly, the 956. Gracias a todos los que están aquí con nosotros. Norma, how you doing? Sandro, how are you doing? How is everybody doing this afternoon? Not morning, this afternoon, guys. ¿Cómo se la están pasando todos? So, tenemos mucho de qué hablar, guys. De unas cosas que mi suegra dijo today with a bunch of corn, with a bunch of who is Paul? Paul, and I'm going to explain to you who Paul is. Paul has always been, or was a Vanessa supporter, guys. Paul was a Vanessa supporter, and for a very long time he was over there. He decided to follow La Marrana Mantecosa when she took off to support my suegrita, which everybody has the right to support anybody that they want. Apparently, Paul was a spy. He was looking at different platforms. Llevaba chisme, guys. Usted sabe. A todos les gusta el pinche chisme, whatever. But Paul reached out to me yesterday. And Paul apologized to me, to anyone he offended, and apologized to Francisco Mar. My suegrita then decides to call him and convince him to lie in her program that we were threatening Paul, that we were harassing Paul, that we were trying to do dirty things to Paul, and that is a lie. My suegrita pasó una vergüenza today, a huge embarrassment, when Paul returned the call and told her straight out, nobody was threatening me, not even Frank, not even Jaime. So she wanted to go out there and wanted to lie to everybody and their moms, saying that we threatened Paul when it wasn't true. Qué vergüenza que Paul te haga quemado en tu propio programa, te quemó. That you continue to feed lies, that you continue to feed all these lies to your peacocks porque quieres quedar bien. Y cuando te queman, no sabes qué hacer. And that's what happened today. You said, I never said at the beginning when you started your show, you claimed that we had called Paul or messaged Paul to threaten Paul, and that was a lie. Paul said it in your show that we never threatened him. Paul and I, we have communicated since yesterday, right? Intimidating is the same as threatening. So the thing is, guys, that we have called, we have talked, we have communicated in good terms. Paul texts me, I text him. We put our differences aside. And she just cannot understand that. Like, she wants him to go on her platform and spill all this hate towards us and continue to talk shit. She thought that I wanted to bring in Paul to talk shit about her, and that was a lie. Paul came over. There's receipts where I told Paul there's no need for you to talk shit about any peacocks, not even her. You don't even have to even bring her up. I asked him to do that. I told him there was no need for that. And there's receipts for that. So for you, suegrita, to try to manipulate things because you want Paul to go bash me, go bash Frank, pues ¿qué crees? It backfired on you, mi amor. Everything you tried to set up today, it backfired on you. Bien ojete. Bien ojete que se siente cuando te queman and they show your true colors. When they show you that Paul and I, we never got into an argument. We never fought. Nobody threatened him. I never contacted him. Paul contacted me. And this is how Frank contacted Paul. I'm going to explain to you what happened. When Paul contacted me, we had a great conversation. I talked to Frank about it, right? To be honest, Frank decided to message Paul. I got upset with Frank. And I told him, what are you doing messaging Paul? You don't have to message him, right? But he wanted to prove to me that he was still a peacock, right? There was a screenshot that was sent to one of Paul's friends that he trusts, right? That screenshot ended up going to my suegrita. So when Paul called my show and he apologized to Frank, apologized to me, apologized to everybody, she decided to call him after my show, because that's what he told me, to stir up the pot and try to convince him to lie on her show. Paul did not lie on her show. Paul said he wanted to be neutral. Of course he wanted to be neutral. That's exactly what he told me. Paul said, I'm not going to go to your show and talk about them. I told him there's no need for you to talk about them. And we kept it very civil. This is the difference between your platform and my platform, Sorita. I don't have to contact anyone to go talk shit about anyone or to make up lies about anyone. On the other hand, you call people, hey, girlie, call my show and say this and this, just the way you did it with Mika. Just the way you did it with Mika. Hey, girlie, you know what you did before the show? And you texted her. Y como te pendejeaste, you showed the text message. Paul did lie. He basically said the same on your show. No, Paul never lied. Paul never lied. What you all need to understand is that Paul here himself said what he said, right? That he was not here to talk about anybody. He came here and apologized, and that was it. Who took the screenshot? The screenshot, Paul sent it to a friend that he trusts, right? That screenshot, what happened was that, oh, he didn't lie. He didn't lie. So that screenshot, what happened was that friend did dirty shit to Paul and sent it to my suegrita. That's what happened. It's like, let's assume this. I take a screenshot and I send it to Frank, but Frank then forwards it to somebody else and screws everything up. Paul trusted that person and that person screwed him over, right? But simple as that. So I didn't get mad with Paul. When she was live and she was showing the screenshot, Paul and I, we were talking. As a matter of fact, she was trying to get a hold of him during her live. And him and I, we were on the phone. And I told him, don't worry about it. Don't answer. I will stand up for you if push comes to shove, right? But before all this took place, I told Paul, put your shit in private. Put this here. Do this here. Because they're going to retaliate. And watch tonight, there will be retaliation by my suegra, and she will go after him just because simply he wanted to be neutral. And that is her anger. Her angle is basically, if you're going to call my show, it's because you're going to talk shit. Plain and simple. It's never about peacemaker. Today, Paul called me and wanted to be perform peace. That's fine with me. I don't have an issue if another peacock calls me and tells me, you know what, Jaime, I'm done arguing. I don't want to be in this mess anymore. What can you do to help me out? And there's nothing wrong if I say, this is what you got to do. It's an advice. They don't necessarily have to do it. But what do you do yourself? No, okay, Paul, I'm going to call in and tell them that we're threatening you and tell them that they were trying to do you wrong. So, why would you do that? Why would you do that? Because sabes que at the end of the day, te hizo que pasaras vergüenza. When he himself said that nobody threatened anyone. Nobody. It's sad when you're so desperate to try to make people look bad because your peacocks start eating all that bullshit corn that you're throwing out there. But then they don't see the fact that when Paul calls in and tells you nothing happened the way you're trying to say, that nobody threatened anybody, you coughed. You went, why did you cough? Why did you cough? Because you didn't want people to hear that important piece of the conversation. And then you quickly cut him off. But at the beginning, te veo como un hijo. I see you like a son. Really? Really? No, so ahorita, así no jala el pedo. I'm not fair for Paul to say I am in a good place in my life. I don't want problems when you kick Vanessa down at her lowest. Okay, bueno, what he did to Vanessa, maybe he did wrong or he did wrong, but that's for him to contact her and apologize to her if that's what he wants to do. If he needs help to contact Vanessa, I will help him out. I will. I don't have an issue. But what he did to Vanessa or he didn't do to Vanessa, that's something that he is held accountable. That's nothing that pertains to me or pertains to anyone else. If Paul did something wrong to Vanessa, he is old enough to make a decision to call Vanessa and apologize, right? Because I'm not going to go fight anyone's battles that are not, you know what I mean? That they're not important. Like Vanessa's an important person. Paul is important, but their shit is their shit, guys. I cannot be putting into like stirring up the pot or getting involved. Yes, if Paul asked me, is there any way you could put me in communication with Vanessa? Of course I would do it, right? Because Paul wants to move forward. I saw that Ophelia's trying hard to make it seem like Paul was in fear of his life from you. In fact, exactly, guys, exactly. She was trying to find a way to try to smear Frank and myself. Why? Because she knows that she's trying to figure out a way, how can I make these people look bad? How am I going to cry victim? And when Paul quickly told her, there's nothing there, there was no threat. I knew for a fact every time you were calling him, because Paul and I were on the phone. When you called him and tried to convince, to tell your viewers that I was straightening him, he called me. You see, I, on the other hand, never did I contact Paul. Never. There was no need to contact Paul. He called me private. When he called me private, I heard what he had to tell me. I got tied up and I told him, call me later. He texted me, but he ended up texting me to a wrong number, whatever. He put the number wrong. Then he called me from an app number, right? From that app number, he called me eventually from his cell phone. So I have his personal cell phone number, which I don't have no rights to be giving out to anybody, but yes, I have his cell phone number. She is telling people right now that Vanessa has 800 people watching her, and if we could leave her alone, she would have the same amount of followers. The truth is she did this to herself. Exactly, guys. Exactly. Like, you're not going to compare yourself with Vanessa. You're not going to compare yourself and act like a victim. You're not going to compare yourself to anybody else. That is an embarrassment that you're trying to compare yourself to Vanessa. That means you don't have an identity. That means you can't define yourself. That means you have to imitate and copy other people because you cannot be original. You don't have content. When you're trying to be exactly like Vanessa, when you're trying to see, oh, I could be exactly like her and I could have all this that she has, it's envy, it's jealousy. Now I understand why you hate her. Now I understand why you hate her. Porque no tienes lo que a ella le sobra, mi amor. A ella le sobra carisma, le sobra amor, le sobra support. And a lot of people might say, well, you know what? I don't agree with what she does. Well, sometimes I don't agree with what she does either, but eso es pedo de ella. Mío no. Mío no. Absolutely. A mí me vale si duerme, come o pichonea. I don't care. Exactly. I'm giving Paul the benefit of the doubt to prove himself. But he told me he's not going to participate. That's fine. That means Doña has nothing against her. Paul is a dude that played the game and wants to step away. Exactly, Osel. Thank you. Thank you. All Fela's trying to do is take the heat off of her and be the savior of followers. No, Fela, you're a scam. Oh, she's always playing the role as a victim. She says she doesn't monetize. She says she's not making money. I don't know if she's monetizing. I don't know. It could be corn so that people could have more sympathy and people cash out her money. She might be acting a certain way. She might be saying, okay, well, I don't have this, I don't have that. But I don't know if it's true. I really don't know because she's a pathological liar, guys. She's lied so much that you don't know when this person is actually being real. It's like the boy that cried wolf. She takes and takes. Exactly, guys. Exactly. And it sucks for those remaining peacocks she has there that want to get entertained with her BS crap, guys. Ahora, moving forward, next topic, como dice la bloguera. Um, La Marrana Matecosa apparently called her show. La Marrana Matecosa was talking shit about Stephanie, was talking shit about me. Then dijo que Melissa's a tweaker también, que yo soy tweaker, que Stephanie es putona, y que los hijos de Stephanie son bastardos. Pero los de aquí, aquí mi amor, ¿para qué hablas de los hijos de Stephanie? Los tuyos no son del mismo padre. Tú andabas de putona con esas verijas prietas, zancas mionas, y luego dices que eres chingona. Por favor, mamacita, si te caes ya no te levantas. You're at 560 pounds, marrana mantecosa. If we were to drop you down on the floor, or if we were to fall down, you're not going to be able to get up. You're not going to be able to get up. You're too big. The account isn't monetizing. Once the videos are res to private, they're no longer count towards the requirement amount of views to watch. As long as they're private, they won't go towards it. Meanwhile, Adrian has the snake on his hand. Realized that the cops showed up to the house. Ronia's trying to find a way to pay her bills at this point. She's will do anything. Exactly, guys. Exactly. My Solita's desperate right now, guys. Desperate to figure out who's going to send her. Why don't they send her? Crying for money. You know, and she could make any assumptions of people's lives. But again, it's pelodea, guys. Whatever she's doing. Stephanie is smaller and younger. She will knock her out. Velda claims to throw her. Guys, you think a person that weighs almost 600 pounds, who has anxiety, can barely breathe, she can't tie her shoes, asking for a wheelchair because she can't walk, is going to be able to throw rounds, to be honest, guys. Today she sounded like she was going to have a heart attack. She couldn't breathe. Se la estaba cargando la chingada. Ronia's begging today $800 for electricity already. That is nobody's responsibility. Again, it's the same cycle. Ya se va a acabar el mes. Usually the third week of the month is when her utility bills come up, where she has to pay for her light. Luego sale that we removed her YouTube channel. No, que tú muy chingona que YouTube, connected your channels together. No. Tú sola te empinaste. You deal with it. You're not going to come cry wolf and blame us. Blame yourself. Blame your attitude. How you conduct yourself. ¿Quién se va a agarrar el burro, in a live? Who's showing kids' picture? Who's showing child pornography? It's yourself. Who's showing dick penis? It's yourself. Because you're a pedophile. Ofelia, my suegra, is a pedophile. Se le ven los ojos, guys. Se te ven la pichita que eres. Eres una pinche vieja rascuacha, una guasiada. Cuando dices ahora today that you're a cop caller porque tienes miedo, porque te gusta mover el hocico, and that's it. Es todo lo que haces, mueves el hocico y mueves el hocico, y es todo. And all you do is you're crying. All you do is begging people to stop and please and send me money and Frank this and Roser this and Jaime this. It's the same bullshit crap from you all the time. When is this gonna stop? ¿Cuándo se va a acabar ese pedo? Roña looks old and run down. I love it. Ya está acabada la mujer, guys. Ya está bien jodida. You could tell. I defeated her a long time ago. I broke you a long time ago. You're not the same person you were before when you were with Frank. When you were with Frank, pues estabas más o menos. I mean, no estabas bonita, pero estabas para pasar. You know what I'm saying? It's trying to divert attention right now. Está ardida. Exactly, guys. Mi historia va a estar bien ardida. Y nunca va a acabar de estar enojada. Roña started licking her lips when she answered calls from the men. Y no vaya a decir that it's me putting her number on Moco Space, because I'm here with you guys, and it's not me putting her number on Moco Space. So maybe it's Francisco putting her number on Moco Space, pero yo no soy. Yo no soy la del pinche Moco Space. Okay, no comiencen a mandar la riata, guys, because it's not me at all. Ronya was up how she took days off, came back more loca. Call Stephanie and ask her what went down. I don't have Stephanie's number. If anybody could have Stephanie call me to the 956-378-3073 number. 378-3073 so we could have a great communication. She could have gone somewhere, but like you said, she did this to herself because she thought she would be bigger than exactly, guys. Doña started licking her lips when the man from Moco Space called her. Well, the thing is, guys, that all this has been going on to her, all this things that she feels is hurting her or hindering her, whatever the hell she wants to believe in her fantasy fairy tale brain head. It's things that she decided to bring upon herself. She said it, Jaimito Juan. No. Oh my God, girl. Wait, I need receipts for that. She said it, Jaimito Juan. Ronya didn't know Moco Space was the website. Yes, sir. When did she say that, Isabel? The only attention Ronya gets from Facebook is the one no one pays the attention to her, man. Well, she's the one who putting her number on Moco Space. I'm not doing it. And I'm being very sincere with you guys. Yo no soy la que está poniendo el número de mi suegra en Moco Space. Yo no tengo cosas para hacer esas cosas. Yo no tengo tiempo para hacer esas pendejadas. So, the more she accused me, the more I laugh about it. Well, get a clip and send it to me, guys. If she says that I won, great. I won. Yo todo el tiempo ha dicho that I defeated her a long time ago, that I broke her. And I'm going to be very honest, guys. What's been going on to her now, it's only the beginning. She's never going to monetize in her life. Never is she gonna make money again. Not by scamming people. You gotta be true to your crowd. You gotta stop making up lies about people. She's so desperate, she's promoting herself in la purga de Álamo. ¡Qué vergüenza! ¡Qué vergüenza! When you stop scamming, when you stop lying, when you start being real with your followers, is the minute that I'm gonna say, you know what? That's it. But right now that you're dragging, that you're at your lowest, you know what? I get this satisfaction. Porque eso más mereces, perra. Eso más mereces por todas las mentadas de madre. Right? Acuérdese. Y cuando la miro arrastrándose en el pinche piso, I get a satisfaction, mi amor. Cuando te miro gritando como loca. Cuando te miro answering these perverted calls because you're putting your number on Moco Space, I get this satisfaction. The satisfaction out of this is you're not making no money. That's what you wanted. That's what you wanted. You didn't want to make money, right? Because you were making a lot of money back then. Pero acuérdate cuando te la tirabas bien chingona. Cuando te la tiraste bien chingona, perra. Thinking que nadie te iba a tumbar de tu trono, mi amor. Yo lo hice. No una vez, pero chingos de veces, mi amor. Te digo que yo he tenido los pantalones suficientes. Me puedes decir puñalón y todo, mamacita. Pero he tenido los pantalones suficientes para pararme en la tumba de tu madre to call you out, perra. En tu tumba también, perra. And I put a wig on your tumba. Ha pasado por tus casas caminando ahí, and you have it recording in your camera when I was dressed up as Dora la Exploradora. Y nada. Porque la calle es libre, mi amor. Ha pasado por Remember with my wedding dress. La calle es libre. A mí no me haces lo que le haces a Francisco. Porque a mí miedo sí me tienes, perra. Porque yo soy la persona que te voy a enseñar a respetar. Te voy a enseñar a amar a Dios a tierra ajena. Y conmigo te la pelaste. Sí. Conmigo te la pelaste, mi amor. Sí tengo una cosa, y te lo vuelvo a decir aquí frente de todos. Son día de estos, andas mendigando for a glass of water. Por una glass de water, por un vaso de agua no se le niega a nadie, te lo doy. Un plato de comida también te lo doy, mi amor. Pero de que yo voy a ser amigos de ti, nunca. Lo fui una vez, hablaste chingos de mierda de mí behind my back, perra. Y te decías pendeja. Te decías pendeja todo el tiempo cuando esa me decía que tú hablas mierda de mí. No, Genito, no, yo nunca dije eso. Por favor, perra. Por favor. Ay, mi amor, síguele haciendo caso a la marrana mantecosa. Síguele haciendo caso a la marrana mantecosa. And I'm going to explain to you all this real quick. So ahorita para que agarren las ondas. So ahorita your peacocks don't trust la marrana mantecosa because of everything she's done to you in the past. Pero ahí la tienes. Ahí la tienes. And that is why, and one of the reasons, you lost support. Mientras que la marrana mantecosa is there manipulating you and running your show, vas a continuar a la misma with nobody supporting you. Porque tú sabes lo que está pasando en ese group chat United. You all keep on fighting over and over again. You all are not on very good terms. Because la marrana mantecosa is mind fucking you. Pobrecita Zoilita, un día de estos usted va a realize it. Que ya no va a tener, everyone hates marrana mantecosa. Exactly. Nadie la quiere, guys. Nobody likes that woman or beast or whatever you want to call it, whatever got created there, because I don't think she's a human. You know, that thing right there. Nobody likes her. And I'm glad that you picked her up on your side, that you have her there, esa animal, esa bestia que está contigo, supporting you. Me da mucho gusto. Because at the end of the day, you thought que esa marrana mantecosa bastarda, verijas prietas, culo prieto, zancas mionas, que supposedly le da anxiety, pinche pescuezo negro, la ruca, que no se puede limpiar el chisguete, right? You thought que esa pendeja iba a poder más que yo, mi amor. Nunca ha podido conmigo, mi amor. And I'm going to tell you que nunca ha podido conmigo. And I'm going to explain to you por qué la marrana mantecosa nunca ha podido conmigo. Toda su perra vida negó que era drug dealer, mi amor. And guess what? Guess what? Eventually, I broke her down. And she admit that she was so bloques, tengo bloques de coca, perro, no eran cortes, perro. Dile a todos quién era tu supplier. I broke you down, mi amor. I broke you down. Y lo que no ganaste toda tu perra vida, you admit it, that you're a drug dealer. And I got this satisfaction when you went live, tirándotela bien chingona, and admitting what you never wanted to admit your whole life. Because I remember you called Benavides and you told Commissioner Benavides, he beat me to my own game. And I did, mi amor. And just the way I beat you to your own game, I'm doing the same thing to my suegrita. I'm doing the same thing to my suegrita. Ram's at work right now. I'm doing the same thing to my suegrita because peacocks are opening up their eyes and they realize the type of mierda my suegra is. That Pepper commenting on Roña's page, I was defriending you, blah, blah, blah. Okay, Pepper, here's your hot dog treat. Pepper's more than welcome to come back. I never blocked them. I never asked to block Pepper. So they're more than welcome to come back. As a matter of fact, Pepper had to subscribe to my channel in order to comment. Where's the North Korean? Anda la guerra ahorita. North Korean was coming on Roña's live this morning. Otra pendeja. Well, no. Remember, she was mad going live que supuestamente la sister dijo que tenía la riata en la boca todo el tiempo. Thank you, Digital Dimwit. Thank you. Appreciate the super chat. That Pepper is Velda. I always knew Roña was a pill popper. Yes, Pepper. I don't know, guys. Esas mujeres están medio guaseadonas, guys. One thing is, guys, that I do want to encourage you guys that when Digital Dimwit goes and starts his show again and starts, doing his publicity out there, we need to show him some support, guys. So when we're done with my live, I want everybody to go subscribe to his channel. We need to bump up his supporters as well, guys. He's been very neutral with everyone. Even to this point, he has not talked bad or shame Asuegra in any which way. And that's because she's offended him in a lot of ways. And he's kept it very professional. So I give him props. I give props to Digital Dimwit because he's put up with a lot of BS from those peacocks, yet he doesn't conduct themselves like they do with him, and that speaks a lot about his character. But on another topic, guys, we have my suegrita, guys, who continues to cry and cry and cry and cry and cry on her YouTube channel, trying to get people to support her for dumb stuff, for crazy stuff, guys. But hold on, guys. Ya voy a estar igual que la otra, guys. Espérenme, guys, espérenme. Ya estoy igual que Lupita. Ya estoy igual que Lupita Alessio, guys. Nada más que no trabajo allá en Brownsville, guys. Guys, no, I have a great show this afternoon, guys. I'm gonna go live on a separate page. I'm gonna interview an individual on a different topic. We have a show on a different page. We're gonna be interviewing somebody else, guys. So, a ratito, stay tuned. About 8:45, I'll share the link on my page, and it's gonna be a great show, guys. It's viernes, guys. I don't want to take much of your time today. I want you all to spend time with your family, to enjoy the rest of the afternoon. I got to get ready for this interview, and I'm excited. I want to thank Cecilia Chucha Las Chismosas for giving me this opportunity to be interviewing this individual. And it's going to be great, guys. I'm not going to mention names so the interview starts, but I will share it with you guys later on today, guys. Oh, and my Cash App is Jaime5200. If y'all want to send me Cash App, it's Jaime5200. My suegrita is streaming me right now, guys. So a big shout out to La Guaseada de Raymondville. La Guaseada de Raymondville, who continues to scam people. Today, Paul embarrassed her when she was trying to manipulate the story and have Paul say that we were threatening him. It was a lie. Frank never threatened Paul. I never threatened Paul at all. And she didn't want to accept the fact that she was embarrassed and humiliated today. Y qué vergüenza you continue to lie to your few peacocks that you have left, mi amor. Because that's what you have, a little bit of peacocks left. Y yo sigo triunfando como la reina que soy, mi amor. Sigo triunfando mientras tú sigues pidiendo limosna para tu luz, mi amor. So again, peacocks, if you're there with my suegrita, you're more than welcome to call my show. I don't have an issue to hear you out. You're more than welcome to comment here. I've heard out Carmen. I heard Paul out. I've heard out other peacocks before. And I communicate with quite a bit of peacocks, guys. Quite a bit of peacocks communicate with me. As a matter of fact, for my birthday, some of them even Cash App me. Some of these peacocks Cash App me. And I'm not going to mention any names, because I know how the retaliation by me with my suegrita. But yeah, a few of her peacocks Cash App me. Y me da gusto, guys. Me da gusto verla derrotada. Me da gusto verla humillada. Y me da gusto verte donde estás. Por todas las que debes. Por todas las que debes, suegrita. Y falta más. Because tú querías guerra conmigo, perra. You wanted war. You called me out so many times, mi amor. Y ahora que te topaste con alguien más chingón que tú, no aguantas. No aguantas la vara, mi amor. Te ha hecho llorar, te ha humillado, te ha tratado de mierda porque lo que eres. Ha barrido yo el piso contigo. Porque aquí la chingona soy yo, mi amor. Cuando tú ya vas, yo ya vine 2, 3 veces, mi vida. Te voy a decir un consejo. A un puñal nunca le ganas. Y nunca le vas a ganar, mi amor. You're never going to be able to handle me, mi amor. Porque puedo ser hombre. Puedo ser lo que yo quiera en esta vida. Me pongo peluca, puedo jotear, mi amor. Y te hago cagada. Como lo ha hecho chingos de veces. Este día te volví a derrotar. Te volví a humillar. And we busted you lying again. Lying to your peacocks, trying to manipulate everything. And there's receipts, mi amor. I'm so happy with this tonight, guys. I don't know if she stopped streaming me or not, but we'll find out right now. Let me see. Let me see. Vamos a ver. Vamos a ver qué tiene esta guasiada ahorita. Anda de human trafficking. La que anda de human trafficking es esta estúpida, guys.
But guys, we do have to be careful. There's another man on TikTok
A ver, let me see this.
talking about the tie downs. What do you call them? Are they zip ties? What is the correct word for the zip ties or tie downs? They're not tie downs, right? Tie downs are.
So, guys, we are done for tonight's show. I want to thank everybody that was here with me tonight. Esta noche, gracias a cada uno de que estaba aquí conmigo esta noche. I have another show later on tonight on a different platform. I will be sharing it with you guys later on tonight. I will place it on my page. And thank you, guys. Thank you a cada uno de ustedes. Y Dios me los bendiga. Hasta mañana. Gracias por todo el apoyo, guys. Tune in tonight to another platform, and we'll have a lot of fun, guys. Gracias, guys.